All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SpeedGaming 3 and Link to the Past Randomizer tournament match between StructuralMike and Flipheal. I'm Humbug and I am joined by Nilson Alex 92, but I will henceforth call him Nissan because that's basically what he is. In my
That's my stick. That's my stick, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my thing. What do you say, Hamburg?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? Are you hyped?
I am hyped. I am really hyped. They, like Mike and Flipheal here, are both two very good runners at this game. Flipheal being prone to use the Piranha Plant sprite, which I like very much. StructuralMike is like the, I don't know, one might call him a scholar of the game somehow. So this will. Yeah, exactly. This will be a really fun race, and they have rolled inverted key sanity. Tell me how
you enjoy. I mean, you like inverted key sanity.
I do. I really do like inverted keys. I like all keys modes. But what does it mean to play inverted key sanity?
Well, it first of all means that we don't start in light world. That's the most important thing, and all the keys are shuffled.
All the keys are shuffled. We start in the dark world, and as you can see now from Mike, we have a starting flute, which is not only a starting flute, it is also activated. So we can use it at any point. Like from the get-go, we can use the flute. And Mike is doing this really interesting starting play of just using the flute immediately to go to Mire and just check the Mire shed for whatever goods it might have.
I shall like that, because it's 2 free checks. Well, 3, since you know the medallion for Mr. Myron. And look at that, we already got the book, so we got entrance to Desert Palace already. Since you can't mirror to Light World.
Exactly. One of the gists of inverted is that the mirror works in the opposite way as it does in the normal game mode. Like in the normal game mode, you use the mirror when you are in the dark world to mirror yourself to the light world. However, speaking of mirror,
that's pretty convenient. But I like this. I like this play from Mike. He just dives straight right into
to the dungeons. Yeah.
Thieves Town. Yeah, like he's like, well, 4 items. I want all the. Oh, okay. Well, all the items. There's a bow as well.
Holy moly!
That's
this start. What is this?
That's a pretty stacked Thieves Town, I would say.
For sure. This seems to be one of those seeds where you get every progression early on, and after that it's just desert everywhere until you find Ice Rod at 1 hour 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be painful. Or you get like super late boots or something like that.
Yep. But yeah, key sanity, we have everything item-wise and key-wise, and map and compasses are also shuffled within the pool. So maps and compasses can be anywhere, as you saw there on Mike's screen, where he found a compass not for Thieves Town in Thieves Town.
Yeah, we already. Oh, look at that sword and hand cave, 50 rupees, harpies, and moon. Okay, moon girl as well. Okay, there's a fire rod. This is a pretty decent start here with the items.
So here's an interesting thing. We have a sword. We have the fire rod. We have technically access to the back of Skullwood's.
Well, okay, and you got a small key too. Small.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That was where I was going with that. Like for Mothula to actually be in logic, you need 3 small keys to Skullwoods. So like they can actually do Moth now if they want to, especially Mike with that small key. However, Moth is G, so to speak, on Fighter Sword only. So, but yeah.
3 hearts Mothula is not that fun to do.
It's not. It's really painful. It's like even getting to Mothula at this point is gonna be painful. Let alone actually kill him.
Yeah, and we don't want to spend a lot of time dying early on, because if you die a lot in the beginning, you're going to be super tilted out, and it's not good for you in a game mode like this.
Yeah, this mode really sometimes force you to do real super scary stuff early on. But well, to me, that's part of the fun of the game. We saw Flipheal do the arrow game right there, very nicely done. Just to be able to afford, well, the game, and even chest game in the Village of Outcast later.
And also the fact that we have all the rupees that we can actually open up pod as well. Since we have that flute, we don't need a hammer to go over to that area.
You're right. We don't need the hammer to get there. We don't need the glove to get up to Death Mountain. We can do basically, well, not everything that we want in the Dark World, but we can do a lot more than we could if we would not have a starting flute.
Yeah. And also we have picked up a big key to Mr. Meyer and one to Skullwoods as well this early on. So getting some keys here early on, quite nice.
Quite nice. And I can see, like, we can both see here that both Mike and Flipheal, they started this seed not doing it like the normal, like the meta way of playing inverted, like when you just go to Skullwoods to farm bombs. No, that's not what they do. They use the flute to get other stuff, right? So they both will have the Skullwoods big key before going to Skullwoods, which is really nice.
And I think that justify the having the flute early on in this game mode definitely makes this game mode a little bit more fun in general.
It's interesting, and I like, honestly, like, I'm in the tournament, but I've never tried this mode actually, like with the starting flute, that is. So it's gonna be fun trying this out whenever it gets me, right?
Yeah, that's what I said myself, but
yeah.
It
happens when it happens.
And in my opinion, hopefully it never happens for me. So let's let's just put it like that.
All right. We have Mike probably going up to Skullwoods after this. I would guess, at least, because he's done almost everything. Maybe, well, it depends on how much he actually enjoys low percent Mothula, but we'll see.
Maybe Mike might just skip out on Mothula for the time being, at least.
He might. He knows it's not in logic.
Yeah, Mike really pays attention to all the logic stuff in this game.
Indeed, he as far as I know, he hasn't been like part of the community for that long. I want to say 1.5 years, maybe. But he has put together some really cool stuff for the community as a whole. Like his spreadsheets, they are loved by everyone.
Yeah, shout out to Mike and his spreadsheets. Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. He knows what's going on, and he knows logic. He has tested stuff, a lot of stuff in this game. So yeah. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, he has seen stuff when it comes to Rando. So.
For sure. That bottle is actually really interesting.
It's quite nice to have an early model in a game mode like this. Definitely nice to have it before heading to Light World.
And also you have the possibility to actually buy a blue potion in the Dark World in Inverted.
Oh yeah, right.
Which can make there's another Skullwood Small.
Well, are we doing early Mothula today?
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that yes, we are. It really points towards that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of. Oh, that was not intended.
That was not intended, no.
Hopefully, Flipheal makes it there without dying. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
These Gibdos really hurt. So.
Especially on green mail on 3 hearts, yes.
Yeah.
They hurt a ton.
Only 5 rupees, so if Mike did skip out, he wouldn't, miss out on anything. So
he would
I don't think you skip early items, right? Or
just... I think that Flipheal now is doing what I mentioned earlier. He's gonna buy a blue potion and perhaps attempt Mothula.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, but that potion will definitely save him.
It will. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hopefully.
So he switches to flute. Let's see if he goes back to Skullwoods.
I think this is Skullwoods, yeah.
Yeah, this is Skullwoods. Okay, so nothing in the big key chest of Skullwoods. And Mike uses his good game knowledge of knowing that there is a guaranteed big magic decanter in that room under the pot.
Yeah, it's always good to know your stuff with this game, and that's definitely one of the good things to remember, that you can actually refill your magic here. Because Skullwoods is quite, at least the back part is quite magic consuming, so...
It is. And I also like what Mike is doing here, actually checking this chest before going to the back. In case this is, I don't know, a sword.
Hopefully. Well, there's... Okay, Castle Tower small. Well, so Humbug, this game mode quite tends to, make you do Aga 1, right?
It sure does. And it doesn't... it's sometimes, at least in keys, it's kind of obvious when it wants you to do Aga as well. It throws the small keys at you. So it would be absolutely hilarious if we had just a lamp on Mothula so that we could logically do Aga.
I don't think the runners here would be, super happy. But
they would not.
But I guess they have no choice if there is actually a lamp here. So I don't think I would be happy personally.
Especially with the fire rod too. That just means that Aga isn't that hard. For these 2 runners, they are definitely able to do Aga Tower in the quote-unquote dark if they have the fire rod. Okay, let's see here for Mike what this... So keep in mind here, Mike does not have a blue potion.
But he got a bee and bottle. I don't think you want to use it though, because you're on 3 hearts, but...
He does not want to use that, no.
Or maybe he wants to use it?
Don't use it, Mike.
Oh, okay, nice, Mike. Beautiful.
Super nice. Oh, for nothing! Wow.
Well, I mean, it's green pendant, so...
It's even a pendant. Oh my god.
Well, at least Mike and Flipheal can be happy that they will never have to go back to this dungeon, so...
Yeah. I don't fault their decisions to go here. It seems like the green pendant might actually lead to something. So... It seems like these plays might turn out to something good.
I mean, you get 2 small keys early on to this to this dungeon, so I would expect something to be on green pendant, or maybe it's just a bust in general. But we did get Castle Tower small.
So both runners just managed Moth on green mail, fighter sword, 3 hearts, and neither of them died.
Just pointing out that these runners they're definitely worthy of playing this tournament, because that is definitely not easy.
That is not. These are very, very good runners. So they both showed it right there with very carefully, but still fast, honestly, modular fights.
I don't think you can play too aggressively since you're 3 hearts and just a fire sword. It's not the best item to kill Mothula with, so good job, guys.
Oh, Mike is heading up Death Mountain here. He has the old man in tow. And since this is inverted, the Old Man Rescue Cave, or the Death Mountain Ascent, is in the Dark World. However, you still have to go to the Light World to deliver him to his home.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a longer trek than usual.
Makes sense, right?
Oh, for sure. Of course. Everything in this game makes sense.
Well, we can't do much here in Light World right now, but hopefully we can get something inside Spec Rock, because that's normally where there tends to be something inverted, especially in keys inside Spec Rock.
Yeah. Mike's gonna check it before going.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. Nissan knows what he's talking about.
I've seen a few people play this game mode, so I don't want to say
you really have, yes. So yeah, what can we do on Death Mountain here? We cannot do anything else in the Light World. However, we can try to make it past those pesky Lionels to go to Super Bunny Cave.
Or you get a pod big key and you don't do anything else inside this dungeon. Well, on the mountain for now. Nice bomb jump. I would never make it.
No, you would make the bomb jump, dude. The bomb jump is fine, okay? It's what comes after that's hard, isn't it?
I mean, at least if you have boots, right?
Good point. You'd be so far ahead if you were one of these two guys right now. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
okay, so Mike is checking the 2 checks in Castle Tower. I actually did not think about these.
We got these 2 chests.
Only
one of them
logic,
is not
right?
logic. Yeah,
exactly.
Unless there's a lamp here.
Oh,
there's no lamp.
There's no lamp. I was waiting for that to be the lamp, honestly. So the room that Mike enters now has a couple of convenient torches. And Mike, the very good player that he is, he knows exactly where one of them are. And he just lights it with the fire rod.
Look at that. We have a glove.
We have a glove.
Well, I mean, that glove unlocks Catfish.
It does unlock Catfish, you're right.
Catfish only, right?
Catfish only, yes. Okay, so this strat that Mike's doing here is just so cool. I love that. Damage boosting by a bomb past the Lionels. That is super cool. I love that.
Oh, I don't think I would actually think about doing that, to be honest. So that's a full strat.
Yeah, it requires good timing. Like if you place the bomb too late or too early, you're not gonna make it. But if you place it just right, you can just do that and get a little kick to the right past the Lionels.
And Super Bunny Cave having nothing at all for us. So getting past the Lionels, hard, but didn't really pay off this time.
It did not. Flipheal here is going to get his glove as well. But now I wonder where Flipheal is going. Okay, yeah, he just realized that he doesn't have the second one. Okay, so Mikey has fluted to the flute spot 2, which in the Dark World is just a shop. But he can go to Catfish really quickly from here.
That's a nice thing in this game mode, that you can actually travel to Catfish much faster than you would have to do in the normal mode.
For sure.
This is why we skip Catfish in normal mode, because it's so slow.
Like even getting the NMG strat of throwing the bush on the correct pixel outside of the ring. And he is rewarded.
Well, look at that, we got Light World access. It's not Dark World access, it's actually Light World.
Okay, so what happens now in Inverted when you get Dark World, Light World access is that you can do anything. Like all of the Light World is open to you. You can go to CAC, you can go to Eastern and Sahashala, which Mike is doing. You can go South Shore, you can go Lost Woods, you can go anywhere. So we'll see if we get some divergence here when Flipheal also chooses Catfish right after the fountain.
I think they're really excited to turn in this green pennant.
That's a good point.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
Well, thank you, game.
I don't get it. Small key to
Small key. That's quite useful. Maybe we should add.
That might be useful. I'm gonna say might be because this is still key sanity, and we do not know what's a pendant and what's a crystal until we get the maps, or we beat the dungeons completely. But Swamp Small outside of GT might mean that Swamp is a crystal.
Hopefully.
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 Yes. So it seems like Flipheal is going to do one more Dark World check before going to the Light World. That's going to be Pyramid.
Yeah. Oh, there's our lab.
Hey, we have logical Light World access now.
Now everything makes sense for us.
All is right in the world.
Except we're playing inverted, so nothing is actually right. Oh, look at that small key. Is it pod, maybe? GT.
Disappointing.
Yeah, not that exciting.
That was actually very impressive from Mike there. He tried to shoot one of the jellies with an arrow, but he missed all three of them. That's really impressive.
That is some good aiming right there.
Right there, yeah. But it just also meant that he could just walk past them all, which was still really fast. So.
And we're getting that divergency from Flipheal here. Oh, look at Master.
Quality of life. So Flipheal is doing South Shore. I tend to really like this routing. I tend to like doing South Shore first in Inverted, because there are... Well, now we have a flute, so that might actually change things. But
there's flippers in the dam.
Interesting. We have a Swamp Small. Well, Mike has a Swamp Small. Flipheal does not, because he hasn't been to Pod yet.
But, however, he could check the first chest here. Of Swamp.
Good point.
But he's not going to do that.
Hey, a vanilla Pod Small. And Mike is thinking, oh, do I go to the back now? And I think he does.
The bush crabs here are real nice, 20 rupees, so might farm some rupees here from Flipheal, so you can pay off Zora, since you got those flippers early on, like right a few seconds ago.
Yeah. So, Mike in Pod here, I might have missed it, but I don't think that he checked Stalfo's basement, because he didn't have a small key going in here, right?
He did not have a small key.
Yeah, he went shooter room, then right side, and then he walked around and checked the bridge chest.
Oh boy. That is boots. That's quite nice to have this early on. Definitely gives you a bit of an advantage on Flipheal, since Flipheal is doing light world stuff right now.
Yeah. Those boots are, for a while at least, out of logic. We need 4 small keys to put those in logic, because you can waste the keys in the most dumb ways and still be able to grab the boots eventually. Yeah. Did that mini Moldor just go straight from the left side from the right side of the pits to the left side?
It sure did.
That doesn't seem like a normal Minimoldorm way to move. Hey, a Skullwood small key.
Look at that.
Map, I mean.
Look at that. We got an ice rod. We got an ice rod in Minimoldorm Cave. So no ice rod hunting today.
That's got to be a relief for both of them, well, Flipheal in this case, and work for Mike when he gets it, to not have to chase down that pesky ice rod.
Yeah. It's never fun to chase the ice rod in a game mode.
Yeah. And I'm gonna echo Shady Force's comment in chat here. It's quite amazing the fact that Mike went to pod with 0 small key, just a bow, a hammer, and he got rewarded with a lamp, a sword, and the boots.
I mean, you cannot be disappointed with that, right?
No, you're not. You're ecstatic that you got that in pod. Very much out of logic.
Always believe in pod.
Always believe in pod. Unless there's nothing in pod, then don't believe in pod.
Exactly.
So we saw Hobo from Flipheal having absolutely nothing, and I would imagine that Flipheal is now going to check Ice Rock Cave, and he might do what I really like doing here in Inverted, and that is using this portal, this water portal here, to go to CAC basically. And sorry chat, no ped today.
Unless Flipheal decides to do Zora here, then he might not use a portal.
He might not, but the incentive to do Zora here is slightly lower than usual because you've already done Catfish.
True, but he did farm up rupees to over 500, so...
Yeah, you're right. He did spend some time on that, so he might just want to cash in, so to speak. Yeah, you are completely correct. He is gonna do Zora.
Maybe he just wants to be done with the whole South Shore area and never come back.
Yep.
Also, we did find a Turtle Rock small key, which we do need. I don't know. Well, okay. Oh, Mitts. Wake. Wow.
Mitts. Wake.
Okay, loaded. Well, that's a good way to. Good stuff. Not bailing out on.
That is good stuff. It's also interesting that the myths are actually there, because like one way of getting to the Zora area in Inverted kind of quickly is to flute to 8, go to the portal by Ice Palace, and then lift that rock and go into the Light World. However, you need the myths to lift that rock, so that's not gonna be something that Mike can do. He needs to run down there. From the Light World, I mean. We'll see whenever he gets over to the Zora area.
And Zora not paying off.
A big scam.
That was I mean, it could have been bigger, but pretty big.
Pretty big. Myths in Inverted, let's just dwell on that for a while longer. Myths in Inverted are kind of strange. The only location that they will always lock is King's Tomb. Oh.
Hookshot. Graveyard Ledge.
Hello.
Well, I mean, it's much easier to check a Graveyard Ledge in this game mode, because you don't, well, I would say it's much easier.
Yeah, you don't need the mirror.
Yeah. But it's still quite a nasty spot for a hookshot.
But like Myths unlocks very little. But it can lock more than just King's Tomb if you don't have the mirror or if you don't have the hookshot. However, we have both of them, so it's just going to be King's Tomb.
Yeah. Also, we did find our third small key to Skull Woods now, so Mathula is on Andre.
Okay, so this looks like Mike following Flipheal to South Shore. We'll see what his routing from here is gonna be, and Flipheal is...
This is interesting, because Mike will pick up his flippers here at the dam, and he can actually clear swamp if he wants to.
However, he's not going to the dam.
Nope. Maybe he routes it differently. I don't know.
He might want to like this might be a situation where Mike really wants to wait with a dam until he gets the flippers, because then he can full clear swamp when he gets it. This is just like the sad part of it is that the flippers are right there. So he will, if he never goes there, he will never get the flippers. Eventually he will. Yeah, eventually he will get the flippers regardless, but he might get them like when he goes to desert later. We'll see.
I'd say I do like that we have a Mario sprite and a piranha plant on the other side.
Seems fitting. I actually did not think about that until now, until you said it.
It took me a while to get to, took me a while to actually notice.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. It's been a long week. So Mike is gonna farm some money here for Zora, which is gonna be completely useless. But he's gonna have to go out into this cave once more if he wants to have the $100, or he can just use the stun price twice, because that's a blue rupee.
If he only knew that the bushcrabs had big 20s.
Yep.
Well, I guess Flipheal wasn't happy about that shield.
He was not. He might be one of those runners that will, after getting a shield, just run to Skull Woods and get eaten by one of those enemies that eat your shield, just because he hates the shield. I don't know. Maybe.
Mike?
Mike? Okay.
See, Mike, if you only went to the dam, you would have real flippers, so...
We are seeing an attempt at splash deletion. And that didn't work for whatever reason. Also, what did those arrows stick to? Did they just stuck to the water? There we go. Nicely done.
Good job, Mike.
Mike is going to be so angry when he sees what Zora will give him.
I think Mike will be super happy.
Ooh, that was close. Okay, so Blind's Basement for Flipheal here. Having what seems to be nothing this far. Absolute trash. So, like, I didn't pay attention to what Zora actually just spit out to Flipheal earlier, but it was 20 bucks?
Yep.
Okay.
Excitement! Yeah.
And to think that he actually just went up on the island just to splash lead back and to get literally nothing from it. That's funny to me.
There's Arrow Castle small key and Swamp big. That's don't go to Swamp already.
Don't go to Swamp.
So Blind's Basement was trash, but Cackwell a little bit better, I would say.
Likely. Hey. 200% refund. Lovely.
I don't know how the bottle vendor can actually afford to run business like that, but thanks.
It doesn't seem very. He doesn't seem very intent on actually making profit.
Nope.
Alright, so we have both runners in CAC. Mike doing what Flipheal did just a minute ago. And Flipheal gonna waste his good B to get a red potion. They're still on green mail and they are on 6 hearts, so stuff in the dark world still hurts a ton. So I can definitely I can understand that want to actually just get a couple of more safeties.
Well, Flipheal got the luxury of having blue mail right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's not how a piranha plant looks usually.
If you go to the dam, you get flippers, and you get in the sunken treasure, you get blue mail, so you actually don't have to be that scared of the enemies in the in the dark world.
So Flipheal picked up the Ice Palace big key in the back of the tavern.
Yup, that was Ice Palace big key.
He can full clear Ice Palace. However, we don't have Sumaria to Icebreaker. We do not even have one Ice Palace small key to do the right side a bit quicker. But it is in logic. The right side, that is.
And also, Flipheal not being able to grab that mushroom on Library is hopefully nothing for Flipheal. Hopefully for Mike's sake, since he got the boots, there's something for a while longer.
Mushroom in inverted is just bad. I would be happy to see them on the library and not having boots, because checking the mushroom requires me to, it actually requires you to just walk up there and turn it in. There's no easier way to get there. It's bad. But we'll see if it is worth it for Mike to actually do this.
It's just good to grab it already and just be done with it, I guess.
Yep.
Whenever you have... Well, Mike haven't done Pyramid and all that stuff.
I imagine he will do that alongside Harold Castle, because he can just mirror from the castle to the pyramid.
Oh, look at that. There's the Ice Palace mole you were talking about.
Ha! I knew it. So I think we will see an Ice Palace dip from Flipheal in the near future here.
I wouldn't blame him for doing that.
That also makes the potions that he bought even more worth. Well, he actually has blue mail and half magic and fire rod, so cold stare should not be an issue. Not for any of these runners, because they are very good low percent bosses. We have already seen it once.
Yeah, 3 hearts Mothula. Not the easiest fight, but like you said, they're Flipheal and StructuralMike. You guys should definitely give them a follow. Great people.
Okay, so how many pod small keys does Flipheal have now? He has... That was his first one.
I think he actually has one more, maybe?
Okay. I'm contemplating the question of when he goes to pod. Like, how much does he want for pod until he actually goes there and gets his treasure that is there?
That is a good question. Maybe enough to, I don't know, clear the dungeon?
Yeah, you might be right. He might actually be waiting for having 4 smalls going there, or maybe even 5.
Now, I think Flipheal is going to take a trip into Desert Palace. Or maybe not.
He might still. Well, you know, getting here with mitts and flute is very fast. Because he can just flute to 6 and go here at any point. And as you can see there also, one of the quirks with inverted is that the location that in a normal open mode requires the mirror needs to have some kind of change to them, since you cannot mirror from Dark World to Light World here. So in the case of checkerboard, we make it obtainable from the Light World by just removing the ledge.
Now, Mike will get his flippers here, and blue mail, and he can actually beat the dungeon.
He's gonna be annoyed though.
Yeah, because he got the purple chest right there.
Yep, he does not want to do this with the purple chest still active. So he's gonna turn in the purple chest beforehand.
And you were completely correct about the Flipheal play of going to Ice Palace. And
oh, look at this! Yes, he's gonna get his shield eaten. No, he tried. I love it. Okay, so Mike is just leaving his purple chest.
Yep. I mean, I don't think purple chest had anything, but okay, swamp is a crystal because there's the map to the dungeon in the first chest.
Okay, that means that his purple chest will actually disappear, because if this was a pendant, he would actually be able to keep the purple chest after clearing the boss. But now that it is a crystal, and we actually should get a crystal cutscene after this, the follower will disappear.
I don't think there was something in the purple chest, right?
No, there was not. But it's like leaving it is just it can be mental damage to know that you still have not done it.
Probably going through Mike's head right now, like if there's something there, it's gonna be a last gate.
Yep.
Like worst case scenario, it's a last gate.
He was too hyped for the single dip of Dam and Swamp that he just didn't care. This is just too good. Nice IPBJ by Flipheal here. That bomb jump is important.
Important, but also like, you know, it's you don't do it that often these days anymore. So like just remembering how to do it can be quite hard.
You don't, no. And I just want to point out here, well, Mike is actually taking it the long way around here, but look at Mike's bomb count and the fact that he doesn't have Samaria. He thought of that before attempting the diver down. Because the one bomb that he had would have need to be wasted for this for the switch. So he wouldn't have had any bombs left to actually do diver down. So he just noped out on it. The awareness of his inventory it's very, very good, and I applaud him for actually seeing that, for catching that.
You really paid attention there, Mike, because that could have been very unfortunate. Did see on Flipheal's side that we picked up small key to Thieves Town.
Ooh. That's nice to have before the big key.
It's always nice just being able to get all the checks done in Thieves before you end up last locating whatever it's in the big chest.
Maybe we get the dream key sanity go mode here with Thieves Town big key, so we can skip the pot key in the back of Thieves completely, saving what, 3 seconds? But those are the most important seconds in the whole game.
I mean, 3 seconds in a game like this could actually be a big difference. So,
yeah, leaning aside.
Oh, wow. Big key to Thieves. Nice pass, both the small key and the
Ooh, I'm disappointed.
Well, I guess the key to this dungeon is like go to Thieves Town right afterwards.
It seems like it, yes. The problem is, though, that Flipheal is not going to pod. And, like, to actually get a good movement item in the boots, he needs to go to pod. It will, perhaps, make a difference in the end that Flipheal's been without the boots for this long and Mike's had them. We'll see how this shapes up, but he will go to pod eventually.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. Okay, Flipheal dropping into the Corsair fight. Unfortunately got hit by falling ice just as he was charging up his sword. He does have blue mail, and hammer, so he should be fine here. But it still is scary.
Corsair is a scary fight because not only use your potion, please. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh. I was gonna say because you got all these puffs, and the puffs hurts a lot. And then you got the falling eye.
There we go.
Ooh.
Nice.
Thank God.
Meanwhile, on Mike's side, we have the lovely Master Sword Argus with the spin strats here.
And Flipheal actually grabs the first crystal of the game here.
He sure does. That was a crystal. Did we know that, by the way?
We did not. I don't think so, at least. Unless I didn't pay attention.
Sweet second face from Mike there.
Oh, lovely. Another shield.
Hey, Flipheal's gonna be ecstatic.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be really happy.
So yeah, like you were saying, this Flipheal just beeline straight to Thieves Town, flute to 3, just hold up and go into Thieves Town. It's super convenient.
I can't really blame him for doing this because I mean it's another dungeon you can clear. It could be a crystal dungeon. You could have something like another small key for pod.
And look at yeah, exactly. It might push him towards pod if there is something good in here. But look at Mike here. He does not want the mental damage of not turning in the purple chest.
This is some good decision here from Mike.
Yeah.
Mike might want to do some checks in desert. Since he got the boots, he can actually grab more items than Flipheal could.
That's a good point. Unfortunately for Flipheal, his sword deficit compared to Mike will not hurt him for this check since it's just a heart container.
Yeah.
But that could have been bad, sort of, for Flipheal.
Well, Flipheal did read it, but I mean, like you said, he would have like to wait until he gets Master Sword, which is in pod with his boots.
Yep.
Quite unfortunate.
For sure.
I think that's the third small. Yeah, that's the third small key for Mike because he picked one up in the inside the dungeon. In pod.
Yes.
In pod.
So the fact.
Silver.
Hi, Silvers.
I mean that's pretty useful.
We'll take them.
Flipheal only having hammer and fighter sword. Silver arrows is quite nice.
Yep. So the fact that Mike did Agina and Checkerboard Cave before checking the ledge kind of was a tell that he was actually planning on entering Desert Palace here. which indeed he is. It's going to be interesting to see what's in here. If there is maybe something on the torch.
And Desert Palace is actually crystal because there's a C next to the magic meter. So crystal dungeon, Desert Palace.
Reunite is a tiny nobleman. Who knew? Nothing in desert. I'm curious.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Mike has to go to ice now, right?
I mean, maybe.
Thieves Town also a crystal. So that is 2 crystals for Flipheal and 1 crystal for Mike. However, the crystal that Mike has, Flipheal does not have. And vice versa.
This is the Ice Palace play for Mike, like you said.
Yep. He was probably trying to wait out a potential Samaria.
Flipheal heading up the mountain, there's a lot of checks you can do up here, but unfortunately for Flipheal, it just means that he will avoid getting those boots. And his mass sword.
Yeah, I don't have this on like actual written sources, but I've heard from a couple of people that having the boots versus not having the boots gains you 1 minute for every 10 minutes played, approximately. Like it depends on your execution. Obviously, it depends on the other player's non-boots execution, but it will add up in the end. The fact that Flipheal still hasn't gone to pod. I don't fault him for not going there. It makes sense to try to avoid it.
You got big key and 2 keys, so I assume that Flipheal is waiting for a third one at least.
Yeah.
A third.
Perhaps, yeah, probably. So we have Ether there for Flipheal, which might be required because Meyer requires the Ether medallion to get in.
Yeah, we did get that Meyer big key quite early as well.
Yeah. Still no Samaria though.
But we did get a blue cane.
Wrong.
And
Oh no.
Flip is gonna be really happy with that one. Gonna be even more happy whenever he decides to, whenever he gets to do Swamp Palace, when he gets Mirror Shield.
Okay, we have nothing on Floating Island. Flipheal is going to mirror over here to check Hookshot Cave, since he did not have the hookshot coming up here the first time, since it wasn't the Light World.
Look at that, Masterward. Thank you too.
Oh. That's good.
I would have laughed so hard if that would have been the Desert Palace small key.
Would have been great. But I imagine that Flipheal here is gonna just take his slow boots over to Hera and try to Hera pod. Oh, he's gonna do Turtle Rock first. Okay. So, what's your opinion of Death Mountain in Inverted, Nissan? Good or bad?
It hurts my brain, humbly. Oh, well, okay. There's Desert Palace small key in Mimic Cave. Nice for Flipheal.
Oh, okay. That is logically required.
Seriously, Inverted Death Mountain hurts my brain.
Yeah, it's... You might end up in a situation where you have to, like on one trip alone to the mountain, climb it 3 times. No joke. And that's only like 3 times is sort of the minimum amount, since you might have to go back at a later point. It also means the fact that we're playing inverted. It also means that something like Tower of Hera is very long to get to. Like you can't just get there with the mirror. You need hammer. You need light world access to East Death Mountain. So a potential double dip of Hera, just because you didn't have like the small key the first time or something, can be catastrophic in inverted. Way more catastrophic than it can be in open mode.
Yeah, which is like, I think that's maybe why Flipheal decides to wait with going to Hera at this point.
That's a very good point.
Oh, look at that, a small key to Turtle Rock, inside Turtle Rock.
We have 2 of those vanilla small keys so far in this game.
Nice fight from Mike on Cold Stare, Mass Sword, Fire Rod, half magic. Pretty nice compared to Flipheal with his Fire Sword.
Yep. It sure made a difference. So Flipheal is doing like the one good thing about inverted, like Death Mountain in inverted, and that is that you can get to Laser Bridge super quickly.
There's a pod small keys that might put Flipheal to go to pod. He could clear the dungeon completely, right? Oh, ooh.
Ew.
That's cool.
Oh, that is beautiful. He just got the Herabiki. Okay.
Decision time.
Yes.
I guess.
Yes.
Since you're already up on the mountain, do you go and do Hera?
Yeah, I'd imagine that he does. Like getting here is so painfully slow. But unfortunately, now he can, just as Homemade Beard says in the chat here, he can dodge pod for another 5 minutes. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, he can clear. He can do Hera now, and then he can just go and do Mire / Desert.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going back to Hera. He's climbing again.
See, this is why I don't like inverted with the Death Mountain part, because it hurts my brain, because you have to jump down and go up and jump down, and it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Right, and Flipheal getting his Samaria right there. That means that if he want to check the front of Turtle Rock as well, he will have to go this way, since he actually did the chain jumps room before doing Laser Bridge.
Oh yeah, we do have Quake. I think we picked that one up quite early as well, right?
Yes, we did.
Shoutouts to our tracker Demon's Druid, by the way, since he's the one tracking, keeping us sane. Shoutouts to Demon's Druid.
Sure, keeping us on our toes, and helping us with clicking the buttons. Okay, so Mike is doing what Flipheal has already done, getting the flippers out of blind cell. Flipheal, however, is doing some new stuff here in Turtle Rock. I imagine that Flipheal has to go to Hera after this, correct?
I mean,
Like, why wouldn't you?
I mean, he's right here. It would be
Yeah.
another weird climb back up here.
Yep.
And we're still looking for a few items to actually be able to beat the game, so...
Yeah, speaking of that, what do we need? We need the GT small key. The GT big key, I'm sorry. That can be anywhere. Depending on... like, pendant layout, we might not be that far from Go mode, actually.
I would... It would be interesting to see actually a map check in the Dark World. I don't know how many maps we actually did pick up so far.
I haven't kept track of those, but yeah, you're right. Getting a map check in the Dark World. Hopefully we'll get one from Mike here with some info.
Well, here's another map for Myers. So we could... Okay, so Hera is a crystal. I don't know if we knew that already.
I don't think so. That's the thing with key sanity nowadays. Small key to Castle Tower. Well, there's nothing on Lumberjack. That was just a green rupee.
Okay.
But that's the thing with key sanity these days. When you get that little C in the upper left corner, map checks can be avoided.
Can be avoided, but for us right now, it would be quite nice to actually see the map.
It would be. Let's see if Mike gains something from that mushroom that was on library. Because if this is something important, then Flipheal...
Well, it's nothing.
It's nothing. We're fine.
That looked Bombo. That would have been nice. What, for Flipheal when he did Colseer earlier.
Yeah, that would have helped a lot.
So Mike is... I expect this to be Pyramid and what is it called now again? Uncle and
Hyrule Castle.
Oh, right. See, this is where I have Humbug here. He knows the words of the things.
Yeah. Yep. It's what I do. It's what I do. Okay, there seemed to be nothing of value in Hera apart from that crystal. Okay, so Flipheal, like you said, Flipheal can full clear both. Well, he can't full... No, he can full clear Desert, because he did get the small key as well. So he can do both Desert and Mire. Interesting.
And Eastern Palace is actually one of her pendants.
That's gotta be good for Flipheal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because that incentivizes him to go back to Pod without the Eastern Big.
Actually, I don't think... Well, sure, like, it would be nice for Flipheal to have boots, but I don't think he's really that super far behind.
Okay.
For now, at least. For now.
For now, yeah. Like, Mike is doing a lot of these checks now that Flipheal still hasn't done, but they haven't paid out for Mike whatsoever yet. And as I say that, we can small key the pot.
This has to be Pod for Flipheal. Or Mire / Okay, Mire is our pendant, our last pendant.
Oh. Okay. It's Mire and Desert. Okay, so we seem to have caught that pendant in Eastern wrong. It seems like Eastern is a red crystal. And
Oh,
well,
I couldn't read, I guess, or see.
and that was the Eastern big key found by Mike in the boomerang chest of Hyrule Castle. So
Interesting.
Mike will be able to do both Pod and Eastern on the same trip. Now, like he's been there already, but still can.
Small key to GT.
Okay. And yeah, Mike. When Mike goes to the mountain, he and finds his Desert Big Key and his Somaria, he will be in GT mode. He will be able to do every crystal dungeon. Well, that sucks. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, by portal. I think he was already done with that area, so
that was fine. But yeah, when he goes to Death Mountain, he will be able to actually beat every crystal. We still haven't found the GT pig. We don't know where that is. That might be in GT for all we know. But he can do them all, the crystals, that is.
Yeah, that puts Mike in a pretty sweet location, like position right now.
Yeah, with that in mind, I would give the advantage to Mike here. I think that he has.
I think as well.
I think he's been routing a bit more efficiently, perhaps, than Flipheal, but I want to say that the boots has helped him a meaningful time.
I mean, the boots are definitely paying off because the stuff Mike can do right now is, well, of course, the checks are way faster than Flipheal is. And when did he pick up those boots? Mike, like, I don't know, 30 minutes? Or earlier?
I want to say earlier. I want to say, like, they had Light World access at, what, 25 minutes?
Yeah.
And he picked those up at that time, basically. So he's been having them for 40 minutes, and Flipheal has been without them for 40 minutes. It makes a difference. We're getting the darn short hops from the Landmos. Only a map for his troubles.
But another crystal, then.
But another crystal. That puts Flipheal at 4, with Mike at 3. Soon to be 5 for Mike. I'm curious to see how much of the back pod that Mike will actually do now. Like, he's been back there, but he left both the big chest and Harmless Hellway because he couldn't get to them. He still has a lot to do. So he might skip those altogether. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Mike haven't touched anything on the mountain so far.
Yeah. Oh, right. He still hasn't been to the mountain at all.
Yeah, that's the stuff Flipheal has done. And Mike have done all the other things so far. The boots locations and the castle. It looks like Flipheal is actually heading to the castle, so he will pick up that Eastern Palace Big, which is good for Flipheal because he will finally get his boots later on.
He's gonna be so happy that he finds his Eastern Palace Big Key without ever having to go to pod. Like, he will be able to single dip the Eastern pod area in inverted keys, and that's not every day. But then he's gonna be sad because he left his boot in there, his boots in there this whole time. It's gonna be very Very ambivalent from him.
We have another situation for Flipheal. He will finally pick up his small key to Swamp Palace as well in that area, because it's in the back of Sarashila, right? Do you think Flipheal will do all? Do you think he will do all of Swamp whenever he gets there?
He will be in GT mode, correct? So I'd say that the case of left side swamp at that point is the same as the case of back of pod for Mike here, which I think he will skip. But we shall see. Oh, and that's right. We actually don't know our last pendant. We do not know our last pendant.
That's true. It could be Pod or Turrock, right?
Yes. I guess we will find out here when Mike goes to beat Helmasaur.
I mean, I have a feeling that this is Pod is probably the crystal at this point.
We've been given a lot of small keys for this place.
How many do we have? 4 in total. Yeah, 4.
Yeah. And those 4 put the boots in logic. But that's it.
Maybe it is fair. I don't know. This is a tough decision.
It is. Well, for Mike here, it's not. I don't want to say that it's that tough. Like he hopes that this is a crystal, for sure.
Yeah.
But if it's not, then we are in a completely different situation.
Then we need Turrock Big Key, and that could be everywhere except
Except the big chest. Yeah.
Yeah. And it cannot be in GT either, so that's a good thing.
That's good. But that's the thing with key sanity, right? When you don't find your GT big key before being able to get into GT, there could still be items in GT that lead to the GT big key outside of the dungeon itself.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the worst things with the key sanity, to be honest.
Yes, it sure is. The other key sanity mode we have here in this tournament actually puts the GT big key somewhere in GT. As well as the Castle Tower small key somewhere in the 2 chests in Castle Tower.
Flipheal finally going to go and grab that, well, he's gonna turn into Green Pendant and get the Swamp Palace small key, so that's nice.
And Helmasaur drops a crystal. So, Mike now knows that he can... No, he does not. He still doesn't have his Samaria or Desert Big Key. Or Desert Small Key. But he will get them when he goes to the mountain.
Which I think would be now.
Yes. You are 100% correct, sir.
I don't think Mike has that many things left in Light World or Dark World, to be honest. I don't think so, at least.
He does not. Can't get into Mire at this point. No, there is very little left for him. And Flipheal is doing Eastern Palace before Pod.
Another dungeon without the boots.
And this is the dungeon where you really want the boots, because these hallways are long. Goodness gracious, okay.
Temperature for Mike.
And is Desert Big Key. And what will be is not Desert Small Key. He will get that soon too.
Yeah, if he does. Well, I would expect him to do Mimic Cave.
Yes. I mean, there wasn't anything on right side.
No, it was like a small key to GT, I think.
Yes. Yep. You're right.
I don't think you. Well, you already got 3 small keys in GT, and you can pick one up. Well, you can pick up a few under the pot, so you definitely don't need more small keys going in there. Unless you're thinking about logic and all that stuff.
Logic. I feel like at this point you are so few items away from go mode. Well, there would be reasons why you might skip stuff, but if it's close enough, you just do them because you hope to never get back to these places where you've never been before.
Yeah. So Mike will do this dungeon without the big key, which was somewhere up on the mountain, I think.
I think it was in Paradox Cave. That would not hurt him. There was nothing in the big key, in the big chest. But again, it might weigh on him when he gets it later.
It will be one of those, like, do I go back? And I don't think you will go back for one check-in era. I can see that doing a thing.
No. Not unless you get the small key too.
Oh, well, I mean, if you could... I mean, yeah, that's a thing that could happen, but I really don't think that will be the case here. I think that will be somewhere that we will not find it. Maybe inside pod somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully for these runners.
Or in GT.
Or in Meyer. Or in Mr. Meyer.
Mike being very indecisive there about the bumper skip. He decided against it, essentially.
Moldorm, please.
No, that was a poke. Okay, there we go. that felt very, very dangerously close to the middle hole there.
Well, Mike only has one more crystal to go and grab. Well,
He still needs his Mario.
I mean, he might not need it, but it would be
Oh,
great.
both of those are... Jeez.
Unless
I just realized...
on the right side.
Yeah. I
So
just realized that
Mario might not actually be required.
he's not even gonna do Turtle Rock, and I don't blame him for it, because he knows that it's a pendant. Why would you? You can do Desert. Yeah, this decision makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense, but it's also kind of scary, since you're still looking for GT Big Key at this point.
Yep.
I mean, so far it's actually worked out pretty well for Mike, so I can't really blame him.
Nope. Same. Flipheal just picked up his Swamp Small, making it so that he is now also in GT mode, as far as I can tell. He can do pod here.
You will actually get a 5th small key here to pod, because there's a... So the main question is, will he use his keys in a different way? Maybe GT Big Keys in here.
That would probably be GG, but it seems highly unlikely. We'll see. Honestly, I know runners that will, in this scenario, not do the back of pod at all. And if Flipheal is one of those runners, he will never get his boots.
Depressing times from Flipheal. I don't.
Oh yeah. Please don't skip the back, Flipheal. I want the boots for you. I really do.
Yeah, we don't want Flipheal to go bootsless the whole time, right?
No, that's just pure misery. Well, maybe not misery, but the feeling of playing this game with the boots versus the feeling of playing it without them are completely different.
Flipheal, do pick up the tempered sword.
Yeah, that was a master sword that Mike got a long time ago.
Super early. Flipheal goes straight to Helma. Can't blame him.
Yeah.
The main question is, will he go back in?
Will he go back in? So
I'm starting to think like you were saying. I'm like, he might not go back in.
yeah. So Mike is now grabbing his 7th crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Making it so that he can actually do GT now.
Yep.
So this is like Flipheal's decision here of going back to the back of pod might actually be it can be the turning point of the race, but it is fairly obvious here that Mike is quite a ways ahead because Flipheal still has to do all of Swamp.
Yep. And Swamp is, even though we have Diver down and all that stuff, it's still not that fast.
It's slow.
You need to drain the dam, go back in the portal, and, well, yada yada.
And then walk through shallow water through the whole dungeon.
Yeah. Well, so here, I mean, Mike, what do you do if you're Mike and there's no GTP here? If it's locked behind, like Samaria, what do you do? Oh, right, pyramid therapy.
Yeah, I do. This is a good thing to remember here. That's actually a very good question. What do I do if there is no GTP key in GT? Well, obtainable for Mike in GT, rather. I probably go to Meyer. Samaria or no. I'm hoping that that is something that my opponent never did. Because at this point, I feel like it's fairly certain that my opponent... Hey, Vanilla. that my opponent actually did Turtle Rock. And if the GTB key is there, then I'm probably toast. If I have done all of GT Basement and my opponent didn't. If we see here...
Flip will go back.
Woohoo!
He will get his boots. Only like an hour later than Mike.
Yes. I wonder if we'll see a bomb placement from Flipheal on that chest.
I mean, he did bomb that one chest that had a shield earlier, so...
Yeah, if that's the kind of stuff that agitates Flipheal, then I don't know why this wouldn't. Okay, so Mike is in GT.
No big key yet, but I mean, he could find a big key and it could be Throw Rock big key at this point.
Is that the only big key we don't have? No, we don't have Hera, but that's not in here. That has to be outside of GT.
There's no big key to GT inside pod, so Mike is safe.
We have the GT. We have the pod big chest. Or no, wait. Mike had this. He did have this. You're right. Okay.
Oh, look at. Oh, there's her. Oh.
Goody goody! Oh hell yeah!
Oh, that's.
This is gonna be so much pain if that is actually it.
Yeah, I think you're not checking that for a long time, right?
Nope. Hard last location. It's a slick way of doing that switch room. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you think Flipheal, when he got those boots this late, do you think he will start skipping checks at this point?
I mean, he still managed to single dip pod in Eastern.
Yeah, true. But I
It's
mean,
just, yeah. So I'm like, if I were in Flipheal's shoes, I'm not sure if I would actually feel very behind. I probably would.
oh. Okay, there's. Oh, look at the map to this dungeon. Yay. Still no big key.
Still no big key. This is getting hairy for Mike here. He has 4 checks left in this dungeon that he actually can do with his equipment. Yeah, that's going to be a fall. And if the big key is in neither of these 4 checks, panic will ensue on the left side of our screen.
Okay, so here's the thing. Flipheal's going to do swamp, right?
Yep.
And he's like GT big key mode.
There's no way he does left side.
Nah, and he has Samaria, so this could be really spicy.
Yes.
And I don't know, it's.
This is getting interesting. 3 checks left for Mike.
And it's up to. Oh well, I mean, Mike haven't done Turtle Rock and Paradox Cave, right?
Yes. Oh, dude, he skipped Paradox Cave.
Yep. Oh.
Oh no!
I mean, this could be a good sign. This could be good for Mike because he might go to Turtle Rock now, right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
but if he finds Samaria, when does he go back to GT?
Oh right.
Like, you don't want to do that without the big key.
Oh.
This just got interesting.
Okay, so we might have a race here.
We have a race, for sure.
And Mike is like saying, well, I'm going straight to the mountain. Because I have nothing else to do right now.
No, he does not. No, right, he doesn't even have ether, so he can't get into Mire. So
no,
Mire would
ether is...
It's here. Somewhere in this vicinity, yes.
Oh, and then he will pick up Hera Big here as well, and he will be... Oh, okay. Slow down here.
Okay, does he go back to their basement just because they found the small key in GT? This is just too good.
Well, he will pick up Samaria here, so he can actually beat the dungeon while he's here. So, I mean, yay!
Correct.
And then there's another pod. Well, he has an item left in pod, but it's not going to be a GT.
This is... But we see here on Flipheal's screen that he has skipped some stuff in Mire. And I would imagine...
Look at that, Mike. You got your Hera Big Key and Samaria here. Yikes.
You're now allowed to beat the game.
It's just like, come on. You still have Hera left.
So, Mike still has the Turtle Rock Big Key, which means that he can do more checks in here than Flipheal could when he was up here.
Yep.
The thing is, oh, we have a zero cycle attempt on Flipheal's side, which almost worked out. That was really close. But Flipheal, yeah.
It's always beautiful to see it.
It is. It really is.
Okay, for Flipheal here, don't be a GT Big Key on Tridents.
Did you see the bomb that Flipheal just dropped?
Yep. I mean, you do love his shields, right?
Apparently, yes. Oh, Mike. You need to count.
It's 3 hits, Mike.
You need to not die.
Mike?
Good. Oh, Flipheal is going back in.
Flipheal! No! There's nothing on that side! Oh, Mike.
Okay. Mike is fine.
And Trinix, do you have what we're looking for? Or do we have just keep on searching? Boink, boink, boink. Mike?
It really
Mike?
does not. This is gonna take
Mike.
a while, dude.
Seriously, dude.
It's not worth it. No, okay, he grabbed it. Oh my god. Yeah, he's like after beating the boss, he's completely invulnerable to damage. Completely. That like there's no way to die at that point. That was
Oh,
funny.
Mike.
We're gonna have to remember to ask him about that in the interview later.
It was just like so fun to watch me run up to the spikes and be like, nope, I can't take damage here. Let's use bombs!
And then that just do nothing. Like, he had red mail. It still would have taken him 8 bombs, but yeah. So I'm trying to put myself into Flipheal's shoes here and find a reason for why Flipheal would actually do this. Oh, nice hook.
Maybe
I think
don't
he feels
wanna.
behind.
I mean, you got boots like at 124-ish, when you could have boots at like 22 minutes like Micah. I don't think you're feeling that good.
No, I'd imagine that he feels behind. So in that case, this makes sense. Like from our perspective, this is bad for Flipheal.
Just rush GT, dude.
I want to know what's on right side GT.
Rush GT. Don't open any chests in Hope Room and just go for Title Room. Do it.
Okay, so Mike has the big chest of Turtle Rock, which we still haven't seen, and lava chest left, which I would imagine that Flipheal did on his trip up here.
Yep. And still haven't done Paradox.
He has not done Paradox. Interesting. You are correct. Hey, he'll get his Desert Small here.
Yep, and this is not gonna feel good because now you have that side left, and you have Hero Basement and Big Chest. But Flipheal going for GT now. This could be huge.
This could be huge.
Oh, I can't. This is quite a turn right now. If Flipheal managed to get GT Big Key first.
But okay, put yourself... Okay, there was nothing in Turtle Rock Big Chest. Put yourself in Mike's shoes here, and just for a second, imagine the GT Big Key being in Paradox.
Well, you would feel really... Well, if
silly.
I mean, if I was Mike at that point, I would just immediately check race time.
Yes.
And be like, what's he done? Because
that's a very good point. Like in that, like he won't find it here, but the stress of doing that at some point, that would be horrible.
Okay, come on, Flipheal, don't go left side, go right side in GTBs because I have to know. We need to know what's on right side.
To know. Yeah, there's nothing in Paradox from Mike. Let's see where he goes now.
Back to GT. I mean, it has to be, or maybe. I don't know anymore. I don't know with these guys.
He can full clear Mire.
I think it's back to GT, right?
It looks like it.
It has to be back to GT at this point. You just picked up Smaria. You don't want to do other checks because I mean you don't have that many checks left in here.
Okay, Flipheal. What do we have in Compass Room? Nothing.
Nothing.
And a whole bunch of crap. Okay, everyone. Where are we gonna find this GT Big Key?
I mean, the only thing we haven't seen right now in GT is Tile Room.
Oh, it still didn't do Tile Room. That's right. Well,
that's the only thing in GT That's the only thing in GT that we haven't seen so far.
Yep. Okay, so Mike is also going back, so he's gonna find nothing in Compass Room, and after that he's probably gonna get to Town Room first. Yeah, for sure.
But if it's not there, what do you do? It has to be Meyer, right?
It has to be Meyer.
Meyer.
Like that has to be the play. No. Not after having just been to the mountain. Okay, so Mike is actually gonna do this first.
Well, here we go. Last check in GT, so... Oh, baby.
This is, this is really something.
This is a wild race that your first comes during the tournament, so...
For sure. Like, I'm trying to... Okay,
it's not here.
there.
It's not in GT.
It's not here. I'm trying to compare the execution of these two, but I feel like they are very close to each other execution-wise. They are both very good.
It's too hard to say who's the better one at execution, because these two are being solid. Like, just watch what they did, like, what was it, like 10 minutes in? 3 hearts Mothula?
Yep. Okay, Mike is gonna be relieved, but also worried, because he still hasn't found the key.
And he still has Hera Big and Hera Basement. Still 1 item still left in Pod.
Oh no, he has one in Pod as well.
He got 2 items in Desert and all of Meyer.
Yep.
And I don't think there's anything... Well, we could find Powder, I guess. Because we haven't seen Magic.
No, we have not.
And that's it, right?
That is it, I think. And when Flipheal comes out empty-handed here, he has a lot to do still. He has
Mushroom Library.
Mushroom of the Library, which will amount to nothing. Turtle Rock, Boss and Big Chest. He will have Hera, just as Mike has. And yeah, that's it, I believe.
Yeah, I honestly don't think they've skipped anything else at this point.
No. And the fact that
Flipheal got still the boots checked. Bonk Rocks and...
He still has King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks, that's right.
Yeah. Big key to GT, right here.
Nope.
Sorry, Mike, I tried.
I do will it into existence, I like it.
Big key to GT, question mark? Nope. I'm trying my best here.
Nice rail clip from Mike.
Flipheal was like, oh man, I really hope it's here, and it's not, and it's like, where did I go? Still nothing in Meyer.
A small key to Pod. Sweet.
Oh, and now it's just like from Mike, because that's like second small key picked up since he came.
Yeah. However, I do think that unless the GT Big Key is in Hera Basement and Flipheal does that on this trip of the mountain, I think that Mike has a large enough advantage to actually take this, unless something else happens, of course, during the way to Ganon.
What? Did anybody of these two do Spike Cape?
I am coming up blank on that one.
I don't think any of these two have actually done Spike.
No idea, actually. Spike Cape doesn't exist, you know? So that's why they haven't done it.
In this tournament, I would not say that.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so Flipheal does Trinex first, which is understandable.
I bet Mike finds GTP key right here.
Oh, if it is here, it's going to be glorious for Mike, because Lord, does he hate this check. He will do almost anything to skip this.
Oh, no! No! Well, that was sure. Yeah, that was not a. Well, there's the power I mentioned earlier.
This is the moment where the GTP key is actually on Magic Bat, but Flipheal just goes grab the mushroom from the library and then fake powders. That might actually happen. For all we know.
That would be a massive play right there.
Yes.
Well,
okay, so...
I mean, this seed has definitely been something else so far.
I mean, it was kind to the runners early on. It gave them a lot. Like, it gave them the bow, the mirror, the gloves, the hammer,
fire rod,
a sword. They had a lot early on. But this just seems so symptomatic of Rando sometimes, especially Kisanity. In scenes where you get a lot in the early game, it just comes down to this.
It has to be here, Billy, right? There's always something in tournaments on victories. It's a hammer, a big key. It has to be here. Come on.
You are correct, sir. That is go mode for StructuralMike at what? 140 forward?
Something like that. And I would say that Mike is in a solid position here because I can't Flipheal's good. Yeah, this is not gonna feel good for Flipheal.
No. At least it's not the powder down here that forces him into CAC, but you know, he still has to go do heckin' Vitreous for his GTP key. Pendant Vitreous for his GTP key.
Where's Michael? Oh, he still has his portal.
Does he still have a portal up here?
I think so. I don't know.
How does he remember that stuff?
Does he?
Yeah, he does, because he well, there it dropped, but he mirrored right after GT, and then he just went straight for Meyer. So that is very good thinking of Mike right there. He sure would gain 20 seconds on me.
Yay, piece of heart in Harry basement.
Just what you want.
Well, let's just enjoy this GT climb. We have everything we want for a GT climb. Silver arrows, butter sword, red mail, half magic. Like, life is good.
And now we also have the GT big key.
Mm-hmm. And we're getting Spike K from Flipheal.
Yeah. So I would imagine that Mike actually finishes Ganon before Flipheal gets his go mode item, unfortunately. That's just the way that this panned out. The early boots for Mike versus the very, very late boots for Flipheal. And then it sort of spiraled from there.
I mean, Flipheal has at this point had the boots at for 20 minutes now, compared to Mike that had them for 1 hour 20 minutes.
That makes a difference. And also, I really think that Mike has played the seed very, very well. He's routed it very efficiently. He's left behind very little, and when he has left behind anything, it has been a whole chunk of stuff, which he then could get on his second trip. Like Paradox and Turtle Rock. So the fact that the GTB key was buried so deep really like it made Mike's routing super efficient, like overall. And I do think that we will see the fake powder from Flipheal here.
Well, good news for Mike that he found that big key already, because that would have been pretty gross if it's on Matchpad.
Yes.
Come on, Mike, opens the chest. Oh, okay.
Mike does not open a single chest. He does not need anything else to finish the game. Apart from some magic, apparently. But
well,
yeah,
I mean, magic is quite nice to have on Ganon, at least.
It is. It is also required to have Ganon. And I do understand these plays from Flipheal. Like he tried to avoid doing the boots checks since he knew that he got them really late, but at this point he's desperate, sort of. I wouldn't be surprised if Flipheal has the race time room open right now.
I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. I mean, these checks make sense.
They do. They really do.
Like, I would probably do it before Meyer as well, because it's Meyer. Boring.
Yeah, and Meyer has 2 checks that are so excruciatingly slow. These 5 checks that he gets to do here are all okay. Unfortunately, as we know now, he needs to do one of the slow checks in Meyer. That's just the way it is.
And I think he's heading there because he's filling up on magic.
He needs magic.
Unfortunately, a little bit too late, but I mean, you never know. Something could happen to Mike's game, I guess, but I don't think that's possible right now. It could be.
I really
Mike,
don't
save and quit right now. Okay, never mind. And Butter Sword here is going to just make this so much faster.
Yep. Absolutely. For these guys, Tempered Sword would have been very good as well. I'm really confident in both of these players' ability to get the 1-on-1 with Tempered as well. But yeah, Butter Sword, you can just like relax during the fight way more than you can on Tempered.
Cruise control.
Cruise control, indeed.
It's not like all the qualifiers we did with only Master Sword and Circle S.
Yeah. Qualifiers were low percent practice. Yo, I love that Mike actually got a slash in on Ganon right there on his teleport.
Get your GGs in the chat for StructuralMike. I think this is his second game of the tournament, and I think I could be wrong, but if he played more than 2 races, but this is at least his second win in the tournament with the time of 1:47:55, just like on the screen. You get your GGs in chat.
And these players are playing in Group P. that also has Obscure Lifeform and Darkened Sky in it. So this was the second match of that group, actually. And Mike has won them both.
Yeah, and Mike has joined us. GG's.
GG's, guys. What a big
GG, dude.
Oh man, I had a real good time up until the 125 mark or something.
Did you feel ahead?
No, but I didn't feel behind.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But you can never feel ahead. But this was one of the rare seats where I didn't feel behind. Well, not ahead. It's very different. Can never assume that. But I had such a good confidence after that boss kill early on that I was just rotting out of my mind.
Yeah, and it really paid off as well. Like your decision to do pod earlier than Flipheal netted you the boots and one more sword, and that really helped. Like I would assume that it also helped your decision making having the boots. Like you weren't afraid to actually be really thorough because it wasn't that slow for you, right?
Exactly. Once you have the boots, you can just I'll just go Ice Rod Cave. That's fine. I'll just go Zora, whatever. But so did Flipheal grab that lamp and did they not have the hammer going into pod or?
No, he skipped pod until like 1 hour 24 minutes.
All right, see, he assumed lamp in pod and like I'll grab that later.
Yep.
Yeah.
He must have.
Which is completely understandable. Like, but never skip your lamp when it's something else. It's my motto.
For sure.
And this time it was lamp, but then you got a key at the back, and like, do I go out the front, take the things that are more logic, or do I go into the back where the juicy stuff is? And the juicy stuff was in the back with the boots.
It was kind of cool that you went to pod with 0 keys. You got a sword, a lamp, and boots out of it.
Yeah, and at that point I felt, well, this is gonna go great.
Yeah.
until the inevitable happens. Wasn't GT Big Key guaranteed in GT in all modes?
No.
No, not really.
It is not. This is the only one in which it's not.
Yeah. No, I know, but you always hope, right? You always hope.
Yeah.
And I have an aversion towards the Death Mountain in Inverted. Because you go up there, you spend 400 hours and you get nothing for it. And I was so happy. I got the Desert Big. Hera was a crystal. I'm in sort of go mode. Let's leave this wretched place and go find a big key in Ganon's Tower. And little did I know that I was going to full clear the whole scene before I was done. The past Mike was very happy.
We were a little bit worried there for you for a while because Flipheal had this King of Tomorrow way earlier than you had. So when you did GT, we were like, oh no, because it was like really close for him to like. If that was on the right side, oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy.
We see Flipheal now. He has killed Mothula. He refuses to grab the big key. He's just gonna let it rot there in the goo. And we actually have confirmation that Flipheal did forfeit the race, so he's not gonna finish the seed. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview.
By the way, Mike, I have to ask you about the whole Trinex situation you had when you killed Trinex and tried to kill yourself. When you went into spikes and tried to bomb yourself.
You don't want to go up into the front and take those slow checks in the front of TR. I just wanted to go into Paradox and leave. And like you can't mirror once the item spawns, and I didn't react in time. It was horrible. And like, I have red mail. Great.
Well, you're actually invincible after killing the boss. There's nothing that can hurt you.
Yeah, I learned that today.
Yeah, exactly. TIL, right?
So that happened. That was fun.
At least me and Humbug had fun when you did it. So
like, I don't want this.
Did we have fun? And we are also joined here by Flipheal. Yeah, GG Flipheal.
GG's.
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 I like the way you finished this, just standing there in the modular room.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I did a practice seed of some other mode last night where I hard last located go mode, and then to do it again today didn't feel great. But yeah, wow. So I see I was an hour late to the boots.
Yep.
I got wrecked.
Yeah, that probably gave Mike like both speed and the ability to actually just route very efficiently and thoroughly at the same time, making this super buried big key not so punishing for him as it was for you, since you kind of had to all the time just go through the world and thinking, okay, this is too slow for me without the boots.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was still trying to be relatively thorough. Like, you know, I wasn't expecting the boots to be where they were. Like, yeah, I don't know. If I had like one pod key, I would have went there. But I thought it was silly to go there for just a lamp. But I guess I should have known, right? There's always a small key in pod. Right?
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, it still felt okay. Like, I hit go mode relatively, or one item relatively early, and then it just crumbled, and then it was just every decision after like GT just felt bad. So.
Oh yeah, like same.
Like so to the both of you, like when you hit that part of the seed where you have full clear GT basement, well, in your case, Mike, almost full clear GT basement because you didn't have Samaria. What's your reasoning behind going wherever you're going after GT at that point?
Reasoning?
Yeah.
Panic mode, engage.
Yep. Gotcha.
I don't know. At first, I was like, I hadn't done Spike Cave, so I was like, maybe it's behind the items in GT. I felt boots checks. I was dead in the water, but at the same time, I was also like, I could have went into Mire earlier, so I just really didn't know what to do. So I just kind of did the overworld, and that's pretty much all that was.
Yeah. We when we saw Mike getting his powder from his favorite location in the whole game, we actually drew up a situation where you, Flipheal, might grab the mushroom just to fake powder it, and if that would be the big key, then this would have actually been really close. Unfortunately for Flipheal in this case, that was not the case.
Yeah, I was gonna, like, I had a mushroom when I was in Cax. I was gonna use it for fake powder if I had Samaria at the time. Actually, I thought about it, like, oh, I wish I had Samaria here. And then when I got Samaria, I thought, I wish I didn't have Samaria here.
I wonder why.
And then I got Ether, and like, oh my god, this is, I guess I'm going into Mire. I'm gonna skip Spiral Cape because that's not an location that exists in Inverted. Oh man! But
Also,
I mean, yeah, continue.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say Mathia was such a tease. Like, how often is it they actually get two small keys that early and inverted, and then I was like, wow, is this actually gonna be worth it? And then sure enough,
what was that about? Come on, we got the sword, we got the fire, we got all of the keys.
Like we all actually have to the both of you, compliment you on your Mothula fights. They were stellar. Like we have 2 Mothula fights on Fighter Sword Green Mail 3 hearts, and none of you die.
Wow.
That's that is really impressive to me. Like I was really impressed by both of your fights there. So GG on those 2, and I believe that Nissan will agree with me with that, because we were both like sitting here in awe of those fights.
Yeah, I think we were like try not to talk at all and try not to breathe because it was like, oh no, don't get hit, don't get hit, don't get hit by the spikes, don't get hit by moth, just take it slow.
But cheeks were clenched.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, my cheeks were clenched. Believe it. But
Oh yeah, I had to use my potion a little earlier than I thought. I was just like, oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a really cool seed up until the GT Big Key hunt, which just felt it felt like an ending worthy of inverted key sanity. Let's put it like that.
But yeah, GG's Flip for getting the 3-heart moth. I mean, I think we both win the seed because of that. That's all I'm gonna remember from this seed.
Yeah, GG's as well. You know, yep, it's always fun taking them down early.
Normally, I wouldn't go in like.
And you know, that's the thing. The inverted keys is supposed to prevent, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then you do it for nothing anyway.
Normally, I wouldn't go in like that if it was a ladder race. Like, oh, I'm gonna need some safeties, buy a potion, clean my socks, you know, sort my inventory. But it's main tournament. You just have to believe in yourself, and it lucked out a little bit, and it gave me a lot of confidence, and I think that really helped me in this seed. Just starting out like that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, do you have any other words about this seed? Before we wrap this up, we do have more rando going on in the tournament at the moment.
I think that about covers it. You know, thanks for the restream, tracking and all that, commentating and stuff, and good luck going forward, Mike. We'll have to schedule another race at some point.
Yeah, good luck to you too. And thanks so much for the restream and the commentating. I'm gonna enjoy rewatching it later. It's always a special moment. Thank you guys. And GG's Flip.
Jeez.
And I believe that is it for Nissan and I. Thank you all for watching, and I'll just echo what Mike and Flipheal said. Thank you for hosting this this stream for us, and it was really fun commentating. Thank you, Nissan, for keeping me company, and thank you, Demons Druid, for tracking.
Yeah, thank you guys. GG's guys, and until next time, we do have a race currently going on SpeedGaming 4 that just started. Hydropower vs. TAM. So if you want more randomizer action, SpeedGaming 4 for Hydropower vs. TAM. Until next time, peace out and stay awesome.
Bye bye.